Every McDonald's has that one late-night shift nobody talks about. The p.m. to 3:33 a.m. run 3 hours and 33 minutes longer than normal, but the schedule always reads 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Corporate says it's a glitch in the old systems. Veterans call it the cleanup crew shift. Jake, 19, needed quick cash for community college. First week at the Pine Lake Road McDonald's was standard. Fry, grease burns. Karen screaming about cold nuggets. Manager Tina chain-smoking Marlboros out back. But Friday the 13th, she pulled him aside after close. "You're on cleanup crew tomorrow. 6 p.m. sharp. Don't be late. Don't heat the food. Don't look in the freezer after midnight." Jake laughed it off. Cleanup crew was just deep scrubbing grill scrapes, floor mopping, trash runs. He showed up 5:55 p.m. Tina already gone. Empty store. Drive-through speaker crackled static. "Welcome to McDonald's. Place your order." No cars. Clock hit 6 o'clock. Lights dimmed automatic. Solo till 7:30 p.m. Rush standard drunks, stoners, night shift nurses. Last order. Number 13 supersize Big Mac, extra pickles. Jake plated it perfect, called Order 13. To empty lobby. Fries hissed empty. Nobody claimed it. Left it under heat lamp. 8:15 p.m. Weird started. Fryer oil bubbled shapes faces, screaming silent underwater. Jake blinked normal grease. Drive-through camera feed glitched. Customer's face stretched wrong, mouth unhinged backward. Extra pickles. Always extra, voice echoed lobby speakers. Jake muted all systems. Clock skipped to YAY-PM. Freezer alarm beeped. He checked. Ice cream machine coils dripped red strawberry syrup? No. Blood thick, congealing fast. Wiped clean, reset. Floor tiles under drink station popped loose one by one, revealing teeth underneath baby molars. Adult canines, all smiling up. Jake mopped frantic, heart hammering. 10 p.m. Lobby chairs rearranged themselves into a perfect circle. 9 seats. Empty Big Mac wrapper center. Pickles arranged pentagram. Drive-through rang nonstop phantom. Cleanup crew. "We're hungry." Jake unplugged speaker box. Clock 10:13 stayed frozen 13 minutes. Midnight hit like sledgehammer. PlayPlace slide glowed faint green. Ball pit plastic balls swam in circles, forming words. "Feed US." Jake bolted past no kids scheduled. Back counter, heat lamp, number 13, Big Mac, pulsed breathing. Bun expanding, contracting. Pickles wriggled maggot-like. He hurled a trash wrapper, reformed under lamp intact. 12:13 a.m. Freezer called again. Door frosted over handprints. Inside glass, small, adult, smeared downward. Jake grabbed flashlight. Cracked door. Arctic blast hit. Inside. Walls lined floor ceiling with frozen Big Macs. Thousands. Buns bloated blue-veined. Patties gray rot. Pickles bulging eyes staring. Center pile. Human faces, fused meat smiling, gritted teeth, special sauce dripping. Freezer light flickered names on frost. Jake. Door slammed shut autonomous. Locked from inside. 1 a.m. Tina's office safe clicked open solo. Payroll ledger flipped pages. Every cleanup crew employee since 1983. Listed fired Y. A final entry blank. Pen hovering. Jocks grabbed fire extinguisher, smashed lock. Safe empty except single pickle spear, leading red. 2 a.m. McDonald's sang. Friars whistled, "Ba ba black sheep." Tinny. Drive-through menu lit faces behind LCD pale, smiling, chanting, "Extra pickles." Cleanup crew. Jake barricaded counter with chairs. Lobby circle chairs now occupied shadows. 9 figures rocking slow, paper hats tilted jaunty. One waved, "Your break ends at 3:33 a.m. PlayPlace ball pit overflowed." Plastic balls rolled lobby floor toward Jake, spelling "Stay forever." He kicked frantic balls, bit ankles, drawing blood. Kitchen walk-in freezer hummed louder, door handle rattling violent. Something massive thumped inside walls, pounding north, south, east, west pattern. 3 a.m. approached. Clock hands bent backward. Drive-through final order. Jake's number 13 special. Extra soul. Lobby shadows stood unison, paper hats floating hatless. Led by child-sized figure bun head, sesame eyes, pickle grin. Cleanup crew needs one more. Tina quit last week. 3:13 a.m. Lights strobed seizure. Jake sprinted back, door chained, triple lock. Front glass auto shuttered steel. PA system blared final announcement. Cleanup crew shift ends 3:33. Don't clock out early. Shadows encircled slow. Patties dripping floor. Child bun head, extended paper hand. Join the lunch rush eternal. Special sauce is family. 3:33 a.m. clicked. Lights snapped full. Shadows evaporated. Lobby pristine. Big Mac number 13 under lamp steaming fresh. Clock reads 6 p.m. next day. Jake stumbled dumpster alley, uniform shredded, ankles bleeding, ball marks. McDonald's dark. Sign read, "Closed for cleaning." Monday morning shift, new hire asked, "Who's Jake?" Name tag and lost found. Inside, McDonald's uniform named Jake embroidered chest. Back stamped cleanup crew number 13. Jake burned it backyard. Never returned. 2 weeks later, broken haunted, he drove past Pine Lake Road McDonald's at 6 p.m. Drive-through line endless. Speaker crackled welcoming. Cleanup crew, extra pickles. Clock on dash, 6 to 66. Drive-through camera caught his face stretched wrong, smiling backward. First shift tomorrow? Every McDonald's PlayPlace has that one tube slide nobody wants to climb. The clear plastic one at the very top, always smeared with handprints too small and too high. Parents avoid it, kids sense it. Employees during the 11 p.m. close swear they hear giggling after the last family leaves. But the Pine Lake Road McDonald's had a special curse. The PlayPlace only activated after midnight. Corporate called it HVAC malfunction. Cleaners called it the feeding time. Mia, 17, picked up weekend shift to save for her Jeep. First month standard. Sticky floors, lost AirPods in ball pits, manager Ricky obsessed with 5-second rule nuggets. Friday night, post-rush cleanup, Ricky tossed her the keys. Lock up at 1 a.m. sharp. Don't go in the PlayPlace after midnight. Kids get stuck sometimes. Mia rolled eyes. PlayPlace was chained off post-close anyway. Saturday, 11:45 p.m. Final family trickled out toddler, screaming blue murder from the tube slide. Mia waved by, flipped closed sign. Drive-through speaker hissed static. One more McNugget. Mommy. No cars. She muted it. Clock ticked 12 a.m. PlayPlace lights flickered green. Plastic tubes glowed faint like fiber optics. Ball pit bubbled slow, thousands of multicolored balls circling counterclockwise. 12:03 a.m. Giggling started. High-pitched, overlapping like 5 kids playing tag inside the tunnels. Mia grabbed flashlight, peered up clear tube. Handprints smeared inside, fresh dripping condensation. Tiny palms pressed glass, sliding down slow. Mia. Come play, voice bubbled from ball pit speaker. She banged PlayPlace gate. Cut it out, Ricky. Silence, then laughter doubled. 12:13 a.m. Balls overflowed. Plastic orbs rolled under counters, forming words on checkered tile. Slide down. Mia swept frantic balls regenerated, bouncing back from trash. Fryer oil hissed shapes, again silhouettes of kids climbing invisible tunnels. Drive-Thru camera feed looped toddler from earlier, face melting backward into ball pit. 12:33 a.m. Tube slide called. Clear plastic tunnel, pulsed breathing. Condensation forming names. Mia. Inside shadows darted small figures crawling spider-fast toward entrance. Paper McDonald's crowns tilted jaunty. Ball pit center sank inward, forming perfect child-sized hole line, teeth like plastic spikes. Faster, Mia. Nuggets ready. Giggling echoed surround sound. 1 a.m. PlayPlace gate rattled autonomous. Chain snapped clean. Mia barricaded with high cares. Office safe popped. Ricky as employee handbook flipped to page 666. PlayPlace feeding protocol. 1 child nightly. Cleanup crew processes remains. Photo attached. 1987 staff smiling. PlayPlace behind spotless. 8 missing from next year's roster. 1:13 a.m. Tunnels filled. Tiny faces pressed every porthole pale, smiling, eyes pure black reflecting green glow. Clear slide beaconed empty. Then hands breached rim, pulling back inside. Ball pit hole widened, teeth gnashing air. Mia's walkie crackled Ricky's voice. They're hungry tonight. Feed or join. Static laughter. 1:33 a.m. Lights strobed seizure. Balls swarmed ankles biting plastic sharp. Mia climbed counter, frying spatula flailing. Top tube porthole burst child hand extended Happy Meal toy. Purple dinosaur clutching, pickle spear. Your turn, Mia, slide forever. Behind hand, tunnel packed shoulder kids, crowns dripping special sauce red. A.M. PlayPlace sang. Tubes whistled itsy bitsy spider warped underwater. Ball pit bubbled chants. McNuggets made of friends. Mia hurled bleach jug plastic dissolved bubbling, revealing bones fused multicolored orbs. Toddler skull grinned center, braces glinting. Gate splintered, crowns rained lobby. 2 a.m. Final stand. Mia doused fryer oil, PlayPlace ward flames roared unnatural purple. Tubes melting child screams. Shadow kids dissolved smoke. Crowns charring names. Aya etched final. Ball pit hole sealed smooth. Lights snapped normal fluorescent. 2:33 a.m. Store silent. Clock reset 11 p.m. PlayPlace pristine, chains intact. Mia stumbled back alley, uniform shredded ball bites. Hands shaking bleached white. Dumpster yielded Happy Meal toy, dinosaur eyes replaced real child marbles. Note taped. See you tomorrow, cleanup crew. Sunday brunch rush, new cashier found Mia's name tag in ball pit filter. Am I a PlayPlace monitor? Manager Ricky grinned. She called out sick. You're on tubes tonight. 2 nights later, Pine Lake McDonald's drive-thru camera caught empty slide tube. Giggling. Speaker crackled. Mia slides best. Who's next? Every McDonald's has that wall behind the counter, the employee wall of fame. Faded, 8 by 10 photos in cheap plastic frames, smiling staff and starched polos, name tags gleaming under fluorescent buzz. Pine Lake Road McDonald's wall stood out. 12 frames filled perfectly, 1 empty. The 13th frame hung crooked, glass cracked spiderweb, waiting. Cleaners avoided dusting it. New hires got warned. Don't touch the empty frame. Employee of the month picks himself. Samantha Sam Reed, 18, started part-time for gas money. First shift orientation. Manager Greg pointed wall casually. Past EOTMs, good crew. Yours stays empty till you earn it. Sam noticed 13th frame, immediately dust-free glass, despite crack, faint outline shadow inside, like erased photo. All photos dated wrong, 1986 to 2026, spanning impossibly. Greg's 1999 shot showed him 20s fresh, identical to today. Week 1 normal. Breakfast rush chaos. Lunch nuggets panic. Dinner family gridlock. Sam crushed fries station. Memorized custom orders blind. Greg nodded approval. EOTM material. Wall photos watched, smiling too wide. Eyes tracking her register beeps. Night shifts, fluorescent hum spelled names in flicker code. Sam. Week 2, escalations. Drive-through camera caught her reflection, late blinking seconds after real Sam. Cash drawer totals always $13.33 over. Fryer oil bubbled faces matching wall photos. Bubbling months almost up, Sam laughed nervous coworkers. Corporate glitch. Greg silent, polishing 13th frame nightly. Friday 13th, post-close deep clean. Store empty, 11 p.m. Sam mopped lobby, solo Greg vanished, inventory. Wall lights dimmed selective, spotlighting empty frame. Glass rippled liquid. Inside shadow solidified. Sam's face forming backward, photo negative developing. Name tag materialized. Sam Reed, EOTM forever. Midnight, store locked. Wall photos animated, subtle eyes blinked unison, mouths twitched, join us. 1986 frame stepped out glass two-dimensional. Paper-thin manager, flattening, walking. 13 years service. Your turn. Sam bleach-sprayed frame shadow recoiled, dissolving. 12:13 a.m. freezer hummed names. Inside, patties stacked perfect pyramid, 13 layers. Top bun pulsed breathing, sesame seeds eyes staring. Special sauce dripped wall ward, painting employee number 13 on tile. Sam power washed meat screened sizzle, buns orbiting drain spiral. 12:33 a.m. office safe popped autonomous. Employee files flipped. Every EOTM since 86 listed terminated 13th. Sam's file pristine top, photo pre-taken, her face smiling wrong, eyes pure employee wall white. Greg materialized doorway, frame chose well, ceremony soon. 1 a.m. wall activated, frames glowed neon circuit. Photos peeled free floating, orbiting empty 13th like planets. Lead 1986 manager extended paper hand. 13th shift eternal. Benefits include immortality. Sam hurled fire extinguisher frames, shattered smoke, glass reforming instant behind. 1:13 a.m. PlayPlace slide glowed employee photo green. Ball pit bubbled name tags past EO team is engraved, her center pulsing. Drive-through speaker chanted register ping tone. Sam Reed, employee forever. Counter chairs arranged throne facing wall. Paper crown stacked crown. 1:33 a.m. 13th frame sucked. Vacuum pull yanked Sam forward. Shoes skidding tile. Wall photos reformed circle. Mouths singing corporate jingle warped. 2 all-beef souls. Special sauce eternity. Greg pinned name tag chest. Number 13. Glass rippled portal endless McDonald's corridor. EOTMs marching infinite. 2 a.m. final stand. Sam grabbed wall fire axe. Code violation. Smashed 13th frame dead center. Glass exploded outward knives photos incinerated spontaneous. Frames melted slag, wall blank plaster. Greg dissolved ash grinning. See you next month? 2:33 a.m. reset. Store pristine fluorescent. Wall bare no frames, no photos. Clock read 8 a.m. open. Sam stumbled. Dumpster, uniform dissolved, name tag only. Sam Reed, EOTM 2026. Hands bleach white permanent. Monday breakfast. New cashier found her lanyard register drawer. Sam, wall honor. Greg polished fresh 13th frame. She quit sudden. Who's earning theirs? 3 weeks later, Pine Lake McDonald's security cam caught wall midnight. 13 frames filled. New 13th photo Sam smiling perfect. Eyes tracking camera. Name tag gleamed. Employee of eternity. Frame dust-free forever. Next month's pick waits. Have you ever worked the graveyard shift? That strange, quiet time between 2 and 5 a.m. when the world seems to hold its breath. Most places are shuttered, but some, like the 24-hour drive-thru, remain as lonely beacons in the dark. But what if one of those beacons was a gateway to something else entirely? Today, we're diving into the terrifying tale of the Pine Lake Road McDonald's, a place that earned a chilling nickname among its employees, the Exchange Point. During the day, this McDonald's was just like any other. It churned out happy meals and handled coffee runs with a familiar, practiced efficiency. But after 2 a.m., when the nearby highway fell silent and a thick, eerie fog would roll in from the lake, the drive-thru window took on a new life. There was a strange anomaly in the corporate schedule, a 7-minute gap from 3:33 to 3:40 a.m., where, officially, no one was staffed. The regulars never saw it. The cleaning crews would whisper prayers, hoping their shift wouldn't cross into that cursed time. This is where Carlos comes in. He was only 20, and he just transferred from a busy city store, hoping for better, more manageable hours. His first 2 weeks were mind-numbingly normal. He mopped floors, engaged in ketchup packet wars with his co-workers, and watched his manager, Denise, obsessively count the cash registers until the doors were locked at 2 a.m. It was all part of the late-night fast food grind. But on his first Friday graveyard shift, after the last of the late-night rush had cleared out, Denise approached him with a headset. Her face was grim. "You're on drive-thru solo tonight, Carlos," she said, her voice low. "Listen carefully. If the window beeps at 3:33, you take the order. Do not, under any circumstances, look at the driver's face. Just give them whatever they ask for, and punch it into the register as comp. Got it?" Carlos couldn't help but smirk. "What is this? Some kind of prank? You guys have a secret menu of joke items for new hires?" The smirk vanished when he saw Denise's deadpan expression. "The last guy who looked," she said, her voice flat, "was picked up by state troopers a few hours later. They found him wandering down the highway, miles from here, wearing someone else's uniform. The warning hung heavy in the air. By 2:45 a.m., the restaurant was hushed. The final stragglers had gone, and Carlos was left alone to mop the lobby. The only sound was the low crackle of static from the store's radio. Suddenly, the drive-thru speaker buzzed to life, a distorted, drawn-out voice slithering through the silence. "Welcome to McDonald's. What'll it be?" Carlos jumped, checking the camera feed. Nothing. The lane was completely empty. He quickly muted the speaker, his heart pounding. As the clock ticked past 3 o'clock, things got stranger. The digital menu screens outside flickered, the vibrant food images suddenly shifting to grainy black and white, like old security footage from the 1980s. In a picture of French fries, the fries themselves seemed to warp, contorting into dozens of tiny, smiling faces peering out from behind the sesame seeds on a bun. At 3:13 a.m., the headset he was now wearing hissed. A raspy voice whispered directly into his ear. "Quarter pounder. No onions, extra sole." Carlos froze, his blood running cold. He checked the camera again. Still empty. Then a bubble of static-filled laughter echoed in the headset. "Always extra," it cackled. Panicked, Carlos ripped the headset jack from its socket. The moment he did, the menu screens outside flashed and returned to normal. But when he looked at the clock, he noticed it had inexplicably jumped forward. It was now 3:32 a.m., and then at exactly 3:33 a.m., the drive-thru window sensor beeped. It was an insistent, demanding sound that cut through the quiet. Carlos approached the window slowly, his heart thudding against his ribs like a drum. Outside, idling in the fog, was an old pickup truck. Its windows were tinted black, and rust crept up its fenders like a spreading infection. The driver's window rolled down, but only halfway. A gloved hand emerged, holding a crumpled wad of cash. A muffled voice from inside the cab grunted, "Quarter pounder, now." No face was visible, just that hand. Remembering Denise's warning, Carlos kept his eyes down. He assembled the order with shaking hands, making sure it was perfect, and passed the bag out the window. The gloved hand grabbed it, but then it lingered, its fingers brushing against his for a second too long. "Good employee," the muffled voice said. "See you tomorrow." The truck then peeled out into the fog, its taillights glowing like two red eyes before disappearing. It had no license plate. At 3:40 a.m., the weirdness multiplied. The cash register suddenly spat out a stream of crumpled bills. They were old, from a 1983 series, and the faces on them were all wrong, smiling at unnatural, unsettling angles. When Carlos checked the drawer total for the night, the profit was exactly $13.33. He looked over at the fries warmer, and the hot oil hissed, forming shapes that looked disturbingly like tiny hands clawing their way upward. On the monitor, the drive-thru camera was now stuck in a loop, showing the same rusty truck arriving over and over again, the rust visibly growing and spreading with each frame. At 4 a.m. sharp, the window beeped again. This time, a purring voice whispered from the speaker, "McFlurry, extra pickles." Carlos didn't even question it. He made an Oreo McFlurry and, with a deep breath, tossed a handful of pickle spears on top of the melting ice cream. He slid the strange concoction through the window. A hand snatched it from the darkness. There was no truck visible this time. "A cleanup crew favorite," the voice purred. A moment later, The empty bag and cup were pushed back through the window. The ice cream had been licked clean, the container pristine, and the pickles were left arranged in the shape of a pentagram. At 4:33 a.m., the freezer alarm began to wail. Carlos rushed to the back, pulling open the heavy door. What he saw made him want to scream. Inside, the frozen beef patties were stacked into a tower the height of a person. Burger buns orbited it slowly, like tiny planets. And in the very center of the bizarre structure was a single quarter-pounder patty, pulsing with a grotesque, rhythmic heartbeat. Its lettuce looked like green veins, and the cheese wept a thick yellow pus. In a panic, Carlos grabbed a bottle of bleach and doused the entire thing. The meat screamed a sizzling, human-like shriek as the freezer reset, suddenly empty. He stumbled back into the lobby at 5 a.m., only to find all the dining chairs had been moved. They were arranged in a single file line, all 9 of them, facing the drive-thru window. On the front counter, a stack of McDonald's paper hats was arranged in a perfect pyramid, each one dripping a thick red sauce that looked too much like blood. The drive-thru speaker was no longer silent. It chanted over and over in a chorus of distorted voices, "Exchange time. Give us yours. Take theirs." Terrified, Carlos tried to barricade the window with the heavy flat-screen monitors from the counter. He ran to the manager's office, hoping to call for help, but the computer had booted up on its own. It displayed the payroll records. Listed were the names of every night manager since 1983, and next to each name, in the status column, were the words, "Replaced 333. The final line on the list was blank, with a cursor blinking patiently, waiting for the next name. At 5:33 a.m., the glass of the drive-thru window began to ripple as if it were water. Handprints started pressing against it, but from the inside out, the palms of adult-sized hands stretching the pane of glass impossibly thin. Behind the distorted glass, he could see the blinding headlights of the truck. Silhouettes shifted inside the cab far, too many heads for a single pickup. A voice echoed, seeming to come from the glass itself. "Carlos, it's your turn at the exchange. The driver needs a break." The handle on the window began to turn, slowly all by itself. The clock on the wall glitched, its numbers spinning wildly before landing on 5:40 a.m. The lights in the restaurant flickered and died, then flared back on. The drive-thru menu board outside blared a hideously distorted version of the classic Big Mac jingle. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and 1 human soul. The chairs in the lobby skidded across the floor, moving on their own toward the window. The paper hats floated into mid-air, their crowns glowing with a faint, sickly green light. The lead hat tilted, as if looking at him. A voice whispered, "The cleanup crew hires for eternity." Just as the sun began to rise at 6 a.m., Carlos made a run for the back exit, but the dumpster had been moved, its heavy chains blocking the door. He sprinted to the front, but the main doors were sealed by steel shutters he'd never seen before. The PA system crackled one last time, exchange complete. Clock out at the front. Carlos turned, and through the morning fog, the truck materialized. But as he watched, the rust seemed to dissolve, the battered frame morphing into a clean, black SUV. The driver's window rolled down. The face behind the wheel was his own. It was Carlos, smiling with perfect teeth, wearing a crisp, clean McDonald's polo. "Relieved you at 3:33, his double said calmly. "Keys?" The clock clicked to 6:33 a.m., The lights in the restaurant normalized. The chairs were stacked neatly in a corner. The window glass was flawless. Carlos found himself stumbling onto the highway median, dazed and confused. He looked down at his uniform. It was no longer his. It was a faded, rusty-colored polo. The name tag read, "Replacement number 13." In his pocket, he found a wad of cash, the old 1983 bills, totaling exactly $666.66. The following Monday morning, during the busy breakfast rush, a new cashier found a lanyard in the till drawer. The name tag read, "Carlos, Drive-Thru Exchange." When she handed it to the manager, Denise just grinned. "Oh," he called out, she said. "Guess you're on the window tonight." 3 nights later, a dash cam from a passing car on the Pine Lake Highway caught footage of a black SUV idling by the McDonald's at 3:33 a.m. The driver's window was down, revealing a face with a smile that was just a little too wide, a little too wrong. A voice from the drive-thru speaker, now clear, could be heard asking the darkness, "Quarter pounder? Extra soul?" They say by dawn the truck's rust always returns. The exchange continues, and somewhere out there a new replacement is learning the rules of the graveyard shift. The Pine Lake Road McDonald's fryer station hid its secret in the oil vat itself. By day it pumped golden fries for Happy Meals and large orders, hissing steam clouds to kitchen symphony. But after 1 a.m. close, when the last mop bucket drained and back door locked, the fryer never turned off. It bubbled eternal, producing endless fries. Corporate maintenance logs showed no service since 1988. Cleaners called it the hunger machine. New hires learned fast. If the fries keep coming after close, eat one, all of them, or it takes payment another way. Riley Parker, 16, started summer nights for concert tickets. First week's routine: grease burns, nugget timers, manager Victor chain vaping outside dumpsters. Friday solo close, Victor tossed apron. Fryer duty tonight, oil stays hot post close. If fries overflow, sample them. Don't waste food. Riley nodded, standard shrinkage protocol. Store emptied 12:45 a.m. Final drive-thru. Large fry phantom, camera empty lane. 1 a.m. Fryer hissed normal. Riley scrubbed counters. Radio country twang low. Fry basket lifted, empty overflowed, instant. Golden fries poured rim like slot machine jackpot, spilling counter floor. Must have double dropped, Riley muttered, scooping trash. Fries regenerated vat bubbled furious, basket refilling autonomous. Floor, slick, yellow mountains. 1:13 a.m., fries spelled words, sliding tile. Eat Riley. Kitchen lights dimmed fryer spotlight. Oil bubbled faces, tiny screaming mouths, gasping surface, submerged endless. Riley unplugged fryer cord, regrew instant, sparking alive. Drive-thru speaker crackled laughter. Fries never end, neither will you. 1:33 a.m., fryer sang. Oil whistled, French fries song, warped children's choir. Lyrics, endless, munch, eternal. Potato souls infernal. Fries climbed walls, potato tsunami, forming Riley's silhouette, opposite counter, staring. Basket dumped, pyramid, human height, sesame salt eyes blinking. Riley bleach doused fries, screamed sizzle, reforming steam clouds. 2 a.m., freezer joined. Ice cream machine pumped soft serve, fries frozen golden spirals, coiling floor serpents. Patty warmer spat fry-shaped burgers, buns orbiting vat, clockwise ritual. Office computer auto-booted inventory. Fries stock, infinity. Employee consumption required. Victor's photo desktop smiled wrong fries, sprouting hairline. 2:13 a.m. PlayPlace activated. Ball pit bubbled fries, multicolored, tunnels glowing potato steam. Slide dispensed fry ropes climbing back up endless loop. Lobby chairs sank fry quicksand, paper hats floating fry sea. Drive-thru menu flashed, large fry $3.33. Soul fry, free, eternal. 2:33 a.m. Fryer face emerged. Oil humanoid rose vat slow, potato skin, bubbling. French fry hair writhing. Eyes, pickle slices green slits. Mouth, sesame bun grinning jagged. Riley Parker, fries chose you. Infinite employee, fries swarmed ankles biting salt sharp, climbing torso restraint. Fryer hand extended ketchup bottle. Dip forever. AM store potato hell. Fries flooded ceiling panels dripping. PA blared fry chants. One bite binds eternal. Potato paradise internal. Counter fry throne formed. Crown fry woven. Riley climbed fridge summit. Mop flailing. Fryer climbed counter potato limbs cracking. Oil trail sizzling. 3 a.m. final stand. Riley hurled bleach jug vat direct oil. Exploded purple chemical fire. Fryer face shrieking dissolve. Fries ignited chain reaction. Store potato inferno. Windows glowed French fry orange hellscape. Back door burst autonomous Riley Dove dumpster alley. Uniform fry crusted. Skin salt burned weeping. 3:33 a.m. reset. McDonald's pristine fluorescent welcoming. Fryer empty hissing normal. Clock read 10:45 a.m. open. Dumpster yielded fry sculpture Riley perfect. Smiling salt eyes. Note pierced toothpick. Perfect sample. Cleanup crew tomorrow. Monday lunch rush. New fryer found Riley's name tag oil vat. Riley fryer tender. Victor polished vat rim. She burned out. You're on fries tonight. 2 shifts later. Pine Lake dash cams caught McDonald's windows. Steaming fry mist midnight. Drive-thru speaker offered. Large fry or Riley special. Fryer bubbled eternal. Hunger waits next sampler.